let me just take a breather. Y'all know me. I'm high energy, right? By this point, I was working on my master's of law. Finished law school, passed the bar, then did my master's of law. But the thing that really crystallized for me being a mom and able to be successful is you have to have the support, right?
I remember God saying to me, listen, if you didn't die at the point of impact, you're going to be okay. You know the point of impact. When you get the knock on the door, you know the point of impact. When you pick up the phone and you get that news, if you didn't die on the point of impact, you're going to be all right. That's a good place to clap your hands right there.
Inside of you. There's something more powerful inside of you. Honey, y'all better take a breath. I'm telling you.
It wasn't mine.
You gonna get some deliverance here today. Nicole Mason. I know I'm supposed to look in the camera, but I'm looking at myself. Make sure I look all right. Yes, welcome to the Nicole Mason Show. Today I have two phenomenal guests that are going to be joining me, and I know you are going to be tremendously blessed. It is a mother and daughter duo, yes, and I'm so excited that they have made their time and their schedule so that they can join me. So let me introduce the mama of the duo, Tyra Dyson. Yes, Tyra Dyson. One second. CMP is certified meeting professional and personal brand expert. As a serial entrepreneur, she found a way to link her life's passions with her personal gifts and started several businesses. She believes your work should be your passion, something you love to do, and once you understand how to present your gifts to the world, you can be successful and live a fulfilled life. As a native Washingtonian, growing up poor, there was a lack of personal and professional influence around her, but she still had envisioned herself as a successful business owner one day. Because of her upbringing, Tyra coached in several schools throughout D.C. and Maryland. This was a direct way for her to help young people discover their own gifts and provide them with experiences that took them out of their neighborhood to see what else life had to offer. Tyra strongly believes that how you represent yourself has a direct impact on your success and the opportunities that you receive. She taught her daughter at a very young age to do all things in excellence, to give 110%, teaching her that education is just one of the keys to success, but how she represented herself to others was even more important because it earned respect, and that could take you even further. P2P was born out of several passions that Tyra and her daughter share: entrepreneurship, providing unique experiences, and showing people how to identify their gifts and present them to grow a business doing what they love. Tyra's motto in life is to use your brand to rise, represent in style and excellence. Now, I want to take the opportunity to also present my baby. I call her my baby too because she is. She is. And when I first met her, I'm like, that's my baby too. And so Jasmine is the daughter of the duo. Both of them so pretty. Jasmine Dyson is a brand strategist, personal stylist and graphic designer, she began her entrepreneurial journey as a struggling college student with a need for additional income. Her basic idea was to explore her passions in a way that would generate additional income. She took her love for fashion and turned it into a business, selling jewelry and accessories. Since then, she has successfully launched a youth empowerment organization, FBPM, and currently serves as a consultant to several nonprofits and business startups. Her educational background in management has led her to support and develop programs and initiatives for organizations in various industries. She brings a strategic and creative approach to her work that helps to expand the capacity of a company's existing framework and challenges them to explore more dynamic approaches to providing services. Over the last few years, she has studied and familiarized herself with branding and design, which helps her to develop more robust digital marketing and business strategies. As an avid internet and social media user herself, she speaks from an end user's perspective and stays up on current trends in the marketplace. Her natural eye for visual presentation and industry knowledge will serve as the foundation of a great partnership between her company, P2P Branded, and your business. P2P is a full-service brand management company that works with speakers, authors, coaches, and small businesses on developing and expanding impactful brands. She can take a basic idea and turn it into a stellar brand masterpiece. I am so excited today that this mother-daughter powerful duo has decided to join me so we can have some fun on the Nicole Mason Show, as well as empower you and give you some information about your business and what you can expect if you work with P2P Branded. So I want to say a very hearty welcome to the Nicole Mason Show. Hey, ladies.
Hello, Nicole. How are you?
So we come on the Nicole Mason Show to empower listeners and to let them know what can be accomplished when they take leaps of faith and how they can move. And so we thank you. We thank you for all that you're doing and all those that you work for. So, listen, you're going to have to change this one. You're going to have to change that one. You're going to have to change that. She needs the smaller one. Hope we're going to have to cut this part out. So, this is a new platform. This is new.
Because I'm so short.
Yeah, this is new.
I'm like,
right.
I'm looking at the screen like.
So, we're going to just have to switch that out. We have to cut this part out.
Okay.
That's just, we just have to cut it out. Because this thing is too high.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody was complaining about it at my other show the other day. It's too high. It's too high, way too high.
thank you.
It's much better. Okay.
I
You have another one for her?
I could have sent you that
Well, oh.
by
that-
itself.
Oh, yeah, they pulled it. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we're getting used to our new digs at Listen Vision Studios. Woo, woo. All right, so thank you all so much for your patience. So let's jump right in, ladies. First of all, I am so happy that both of y'all are with me. Okay, this is my baby. I know that's your baby, but this is my baby right here.
That's your hey, sweetie pie.
Yes. That's how I remember. Hi, sweet pea. Hey, honey. And listen, when I saw you all come across the street, I said, that's why the Lord did not let me have a daughter, because that is just, it's so phenomenal. Okay, when you can rock and hang out with your mom, okay, look cute together, and they're like, y'all sisters.
Mm-hmm. She hates it, but it's all right.
It's all right. Yeah, she'll come to appreciate it in time to come.
Amen.
So listen, I want to just start out by asking you all, how did you start this awesome company? Because I know you are the event planner. And I know that you are the graphics. Okay, you are the mogul girl. And I have some of your work. We're going to put that up in a little bit. But let's start talking about how you all decided to join forces to say, this is something that we can put together to really be of service, number one, but to be of service and excellence for others, and to do it and love to do it. And then you are also helping others to expand their brand, you know, to get where they're trying to go. So talk a little bit about that.
Talk to Jasmine. I said, you know what? Because originally our company was called Passions to Profits. And because we wanted everyone to be able to do their passion as a business and do really what they love to do, but we wanted them to stay in business. And so with that, I said, you know what? What are all of the things that I wish I had someone to help me with? That's what we need to do. We need to be that for other people so that they can be successful. And if we're helping them get what they want, we'll too get what we want. And that's really how it was born. We just put our creative, you know, Jasmine was always very, very creative, very good. Visually, she can see things, and then she just learned. She's self-taught and learned how to do it herself, believe it or not. She's all self-taught, and so she's amazing. And we came together and said, you know what? This is what we need to do. Also, I saw a lot of other small businesses, not really, they had the fan base, but they really weren't representing themselves in excellence. They were serving people in a mediocre type style, or it's like, you know, I'm popular, so I know you're going to do business with me, so your product doesn't have to be that great. For me, that was very frustrating, because I could see that me, as we always say about our people, could do things in excellence. We don't have to be the statistic. Oh, it's Black people, so we know it's not going to be that good. No, I want us to be that good and to represent in that way and to show up that way. And so for us to help people show up that way, that's why we did this. Not only do we want to give them a great visual brand, but when people interact with them, and I think you're a prime example of that, your experience in working with us, it makes you feel good. You know, you like doing business. That's what we wanted to give people, a positive experience, so that they know that, you know what, you can go to Black business owners. They can do things in excellence. They can represent us in excellence. And so when we keep showing that, I think we're providing a great example for those people to come behind us and do the same thing. So we're laying the foundation.
Girl, that's good. I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I might have a co-host. I love it. And so let me just tell you about my experience with P2P Branded. First of all, I met them on a humble. And I say on a humble because Lucinda Cross, hey Lucinda,
Activate.
and so she invited me to do the opening prayer for her conference last year. And I was a sponsor. I had no intentions on going. I just wanted to support her dream and what she was doing, because I'm always supporting the women, the girls that I love. Hey, y'all, it's a whole lot of them, too. And so I just wanted to sponsor. And so she said, no, I want you to come and do the prayer. I'm like, okay, I will. So I really wasn't even supposed to be there.
Wow.
But as God would have it, I showed up and had the awesome opportunity to meet you and Jasmine. And the moment that I saw her, I loved her. I was like, hey girl. She had her hair out and her little puffs or whatever, you know. I loved it. First of all, because it's red like mine. You know, yes. And because of their spirit. And you are absolutely correct. I love working with you all because of the spirit of excellence, and I'm a stickler for that. My grandmother owned a dry cleaners on Capitol Hill for over 50 years. I know what good businesses are. I know what good customer service looks like, what it feels like, what you should be doing. That's why I get so perturbed about certain companies that I have to deal with, because I know what good customer service is supposed to look like, you know. My grandmother, she was a business owner when women were at home baking. This was in 1948. Wow. Okay? And so she and my grandfather migrated here from South Carolina. My grandfather was a master tailor. He taught my grandmother to sew, and she had an 8th grade education, and they built this business on Capitol Hill that afforded me the kind of lifestyle that I still live today.
Amen.
Because of what they put down. Right. So when you talk about operating in a spirit of excellence and really putting your customers first, you know, and the whole thing about the customers are always right, you know, and that is not always the case, but it's how you deal with them that makes the difference, you know.
I'm glad you said that.
Absolutely, yeah, because my grandmother, I saw that, you know, and her thing was some money she didn't want. Some customers she didn't want.
Yes,
some
we can
customers she
attest
didn't
to
want,
that.
right?
Yes.
But when you have those customers that you are really engaged with, they want to be engaged with you, there's a way to handle every situation. And that's what I love about you all. Sometimes I put the press on y'all like, okay, where's my stuff? I need it yesterday. Oh my goodness. Like today, I'm like, where's my flyer? I need that for next week. So I really appreciate the way that you all handle your customers. And that's what it is. Handling people the way you want to be handled. And so now I have to turn to my baby. I love her so much. She's so awesome, so sweet. And let me just say, you did a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You did a really good job. And, you know, you can always tell by the way that the kids, I know, our children, how they interact. And she's always so respectful to me. And that means a lot to me, but I know that that is upbringing. So
Yes,
I just want to say you did a good job.
Thank you.
And I saw her and her dad on Father's Day. I love that, you know, because daddy's girl I am, you know, too. And so she was like, if Facebook didn't do it, I'm giving kudos to my daddy. So y'all did a good job, you know.
Thank
so let me turn to you, Sweetie Pie. That's what I love, Sweetie Pie. So how does that feel working with your mom? You know, and what kind of, I want to say, what kind of message would you give to other young people who really have some good skills, but they just want to kind of go it on their own, or they want to go work for the corporate office? But there is something to be said about working with the family and really making it work when everybody works together. So talk a little bit about that.
I think for us, like, I've always watched her do different endeavors, and she's always included me in it. So actually, I tried the corporate route. When I graduated college, I got this job that I thought would be so awesome, and I was so excited to go at it, and then it didn't turn out to be that way. So for me, you know, I've had a job since I was 14, so I always worked, but I also became really interested in entrepreneurship in college. So for me, after that, you know, whole situation soured. I just felt that that was the opportunity for me to really explore entrepreneurship and see what it could be like. So, you know, about almost 2 years ago is when I moved to Atlanta to work with a local nonprofit organization, because when I was in school and trying to decide what I wanted to study, I always knew that I wanted to help people. I changed my major several different times in my head before I figured it out, but I knew I wanted to do something where I could help people. So, you know, once I discovered the power of entrepreneurship and how I could kind of create my own lane of helping people, that's what I decided to do. So I really just went to Atlanta to work for this organization, basically volunteering for little or nothing, but that was my opportunity for me to really build something there. And that's you know, how we started P2P. Like she said, I'm a self-taught graphic designer, so I'm an avid researcher. So I studied, watched all the tutorials I could, practiced, bought all the softwares I could. So yeah, I am a nerd at heart. So, you know, I taught myself graphic design, and I taught myself the business of marketing, and I studied it in school because I had to, you know, have a foundation in business for what I went to school for. So the marketing piece, you know, strategic advertising wasn't really my thing, but I think, you know, the industry has changed now with social media and all. It's a lot more organic. So, you know, the more I studied that and I really got interested in that, that's, you know, kind of where I discovered the branding thing. And I'm like, okay, this is exactly how I can tie all the pieces together and do, you know, branding is the graphic design, the marketing, the advertising, all in one.
Girl, that's why I love her. First of all, she like me. I started working at 14 too. Also, you like me, I changed my major a whole lot of times too. I knew I wanted to be a lawyer, but I wasn't sure what I should study in undergrad. So we have all that in common. That's our energies. Our energies are so much alike, right? And let me tell you, you are amazing at this graphic. So let's put up some of your work. So let's start with the book launch. We have that. And that was my book launch yesterday. Whoop, whoop. Yes. And it was so awesome. Girl, you are the bomb.com. That's all I can say. So I really, really appreciate all of whatever you were studying, because you have done it. Not only that, you see my logo here on the show, right down at the bottom of the show. She created that as well. We have some other pieces that she has created. So let's pull those up. The Cheryl Wood.
That's funny.
That's my girl. She sent me some beautiful flowers in honor of my book launch. She's so awesome. But Jasmine created those as well. And we have some other graphics from Playtime is Over.
Yes.
And so, yes, all of these she's created. Yes. And let's go to the, wait a minute, hold that one, because there I am in the middle. Yes, okay. Nicole Mason will be doing the morning motivational jolt.
Awesome.
For Playtime is Over. Okay, and I think we have a couple more. But this is what you get. Yes, that's my promo for the show. Just beautiful. And I have never told her what I wanted. I just tell her, okay, I need a flyer. And she comes up with the color scheme, all of that. So that is amazing. That is amazing. Okay. And so we appreciate the opportunity to just really be of service to others, because that's the whole crux of really being successful. So, Tyra, I have to ask you about sisterhood and the power of sisterhood and the role that it plays in your life. And, because no person is an island.
No, absolutely not.
So talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's really key for me. Unfortunately, I have one brother. And I have older sisters on my dad's side, but they are even older than my mom. So for me and my brother are 10 years apart. So I never had a lot of girlfriends and people hanging out. So it was always very difficult, honestly, for me. I felt like I was always an only child growing up, and then even into adulthood, because I had some girlfriends, but I wasn't like that girlfriend kind of girl. So for me, the ladies that are in my life right now to this day are women that came into my life, and I didn't have to see them every day to know that they were praying for me. One of my best friends, Melanie Smart, I met her years ago, and she was a young, struggling mother. As a matter of fact, she was a student at Howard University when we met. Jasmine was really young, but she's like you. She's my prayer warrior. When I need someone to pray for me, that's who I call. And so for me, I used to do direct sales, and I met two of my sisters I call today, and these women have encouraged me. We've been through so many life changes and transformations and transitions in life, and so these women I've met along the way. And the reason why entrepreneurship and networking is so key, and it was key to me in my hospitality career as an event planner, but that's where I really learned the foundation of how huge networking is because of that family, but then meeting so many phenomenal people, and that's putting yourself in that atmosphere. The energy is amazing. And so taking myself into that, having these sisters have my back. So it's so many times where I felt like I wanted to quit, I wanted to give up, things aren't working right. And having women to have your back who also understand what you're going through, you know what I mean, to help give you that extra push or that shoulder even to lean or cry on, has been priceless for me, has been priceless for me. And that's why I even love, the Cheryl Woods. These women, I used to stalk a lot of women just, I admire them from afar. And just watching them, what they do, and especially women in our area, it makes me so proud, like yourself and Cheryl and Regina Robinson and Candace Camille, like watching all of these women and then knowing their stories. Knowing their stories and what they've been through. Because sometimes I used to be like, okay, let me just shut right on up because my stuff ain't nothing, right, compared to others. And so it gave me a great appreciation for these women. So whenever I say I want to give up, I look at my sister girls and say, oh no, honey, if you went through that, okay, let me just shut up and keep moving. You know what I mean? Like, because I can't, because so many women around me, I've seen what they have gone through, and I'm seeing the impact that they're making in other people's lives, and I just want to be amongst them. To be making an impact as well, and then to also leave a legacy for my child, so that she can keep being the example for other young girls, and especially in this climate that we're in right now today. And so I appreciate my girls. I appreciate you. I mean, everybody who is being an example for what Black excellence is, and then Black women. Oh, we rock.
Yes,
we rock.
Yes, girl.
We
rock. we can go into a shop right there. Y'all know it don't take much from me, okay? And so I so love that, and I know that whole only child piece because I was an only child, so that's another thing we have in common, sweetie pie. And so talk about that, because we're gonna come back to the sisterhood piece, because I think that's very important, and I also think it's very important to model that for our young ladies. To model that so that they will see and they will know and understand that we can get along. Wherever that myth came from, it was from the pits of hell. Because what happens is, they've done a study. They actually did a study at at Stanford University that says that when women get together, we release serotonin. And serotonin is a neurotransmitter in our brains that makes us feel good. So that's why when we come together, we like, hey! We like, hey, we feel good. When we part, we're like, okay, I can conquer the world. And that's why I believe that, the enemy tries so desperately and so hard to keep us separated because there's power when we come together.
Yes.
So talk about how that makes you feel when you see the women, coming together. You have other women that you can, model, not just your mom, because it takes a village to raise each one of us, and that is so true because I had aunts and other mentors. Yeah. My mom was the bomb, okay? My grandmother was the bomb, okay? My grandmother, like I said, she was moving and shaking in entrepreneurship long before it was popular. My mom was a certified accountant. Now, don't give me any numbers. I'm sorry. Don't give me any numbers. Now, you give me something to analyze. I'll analyze you, okay? A little circle around you, okay? That's why I went to law school. But that lady, she could just be on that little thing and not even looking at the, the little calculator. So talk about that. Talk about that. How that makes you feel. Do you feel that same sense of camaraderie in your generation?
No. I think for me, I have been having this conversation with my mom a lot, is that although I think that there are a lot of young entrepreneurs out there, I don't really run into them much. So, when I go to these conferences and events and stuff, it does feel great because I'm so much younger than most of my clients. So everybody treats me like, oh, they're a little baby, right. Which is fine because it's, they encourage me, they support me, and they, give me that extra push that I need when I need to too. But I, told my mom that unfortunately, when I go to events and all that stuff, I'm in amongst, people who are a lot older than me, which is fine. But I wish that there were more young people that stuck together in business, because like she said, watching you guys in the way that you operate, and it's funny because we kind of met each one of you in different arenas. Like Regina Robinson was my high school teacher.
What?
So, yes.
What?
So I've been working with her since high school. With all of her different businesses and stuff too. Yep. So, and then my mom met Cheryl at some industry event that she went to, and then Cheryl she actually spoke at my first event for my youth empowerment organization way before she was the Cheryl Wood.
That's what I call you, the Cheryl Wood.
Yes, so to see, how you guys have all come together, I'm sure you guys all met in different arenas too, and really support each other and back each other is very inspiring. And I love the fact that I get that same love from you guys as well. But like I said, I want to give that support to other entrepreneurs who are my age and in my generation, and I would like it to come from them as well, because I think we can be just as powerful as you guys, and support each other too, and we can save each other a lot of time and effort that could be wasted on things that you can get ideas and information and support from other people your age. I think that's more impactful, which is the reason why I started a youth empowerment organization, because I felt like, mentoring programs are normally for, there's, people who are your mom age, your grandma, grandmother's age who comes back to help. And that's great, but I think it's more impactful for young people to see people who are not that far from them, succeeding in their success. And I think that's even more inspiring. I know it was for me growing up to see, a 24-year-old, a 23-year-old who just bought a house, who started a business, who, on the people who are most impactful for me on the Forbes list are the people who are under 30. I'm like, that gives me a jolt. That makes me, get inspired and push further to be more successful in my life. So, I wanted to share that with other people as well.
So talk about your organization. Talk about it. What's the name of it? Because what is it?
It's called From Broken Pieces to Masterpieces.
Oh, I like
and
that.
And FBPM is the acronym that we use because that's very long.
But no, you need to put that in your bio.
I know.
The name of it, because that's powerful.
I know. So I started it about 4 years ago. Yeah, during my senior year of college, I started the organization, and it was just kind of an idea that I always had. I worked at Johns Hopkins in their HR department, but I worked with the youth and young people youth programs department. Or division of that department. So I ran like their summer internship program and all that stuff. And my relationships with those young people is really what inspired me to start it. So kind of like I had the worst internship on the planet my senior year of college. So I mean,
your mom's over there shaking her head like, OMG.
Yeah, it was
really?
The absolute worst experience ever. But what I did during that was I wrote the entire curriculum for my youth empowerment organization. So, being in that situation kind of gave me an extra motivation to do something that I really enjoyed doing. So I wrote the entire curriculum. So it's like a year-long curriculum. And it talks about everything from, personal and professional development to, your home life to, relationships and dating and education and all that stuff. Right? I also wanted to start a program because I know, my mom and I are inspiring to a lot of, young women and their moms. So, I wanted to start also a division of that organization that spoke to single moms. And also, I have, 3 friends who all had children my senior year of college as well. So, I know, I saw what they went through and I saw the gaps in the areas and the things that they needed as well. So all of that kind of, was the motivation behind the organization.
Girl, I know you're so proud of her. I know you're so proud of her because I'm so proud of her just sitting in the I'm so proud of her. And I think that's awesome. And, while you were talking, the Spirit came to me and said, you need to start an organization.
I told her that already.
Oh, so that's just confirmation. Here's a young girl right here that you can hook up with right there. I won't call her name on air, but she's one. Another one who was in my mastermind group, whom I love, Sade Adu.
I know Sade.
Yes, Sade.
We actually met her at Lucinda's conference.
Okay, yeah, Sade. Sade's actually going to be on the show in August. Awesome. And so I know Sade, and I know that she will be a really good source, of coming together. And perhaps that's something that you all could think about. But I think that you ought to take that and you ought to craft that into an organization that will make great impact in your generation, because I believe that this generation, the energy, they're not going to work like they're not going to work like we worked, and still work. No, it's like I'm going to take control of my own life and I'm going to utilize my gifts and my talents that God has given me, and guess what? Blow on to the wind, because I'm not coming to work for your company. I have my own company, my own idea. And so I think that this conversation is one that its time has come. And I believe that, God now, y'all know I can shift in so many different hats, right? That God allows us to see the need so that we can meet the need, right? So that's something that I really hope you'll take into consideration, because it's something that certainly is needed, where just like we are building sisterhood, saying, yes, go on, I'm supporting you. I think that that's something that you can do and your generation can do that will make a great impact. So let's talk about, some of the things that you all have going on. I know that you all were doing some offerings over this past weekend. That's why y'all like, this weekend was crazy. Listen, you're not, don't tell people that you're going to do something. You're going to give them some of your time. And they're like, okay, we need that time. We need it. Okay, so talk a little bit about, and then you all have to talk about what you did, the offerings that you made, and you have to talk about the new office and the satellite offices. I mean, God is just really expanding your territory. So whoever wants to go first, let's talk about this past weekend, because now I'm going to have my little private time too. They don't know it, but I'm going to have my private time too, so they can tell me about my brand and how they going to help me expand my brand. Okay, so go, whoever wants to go.
Jay, you want me?
Oh, okay. I'll take that. Okay. So because a lot of our clients are in this area and we're now based in Atlanta, both of us are now in Atlanta.
You couldn't let us stay down there by ourselves.
We decided for our branding and business brunch, we did this thing with our VIP clients called a brand discovery session, which is like a 1-hour session where we just, you have our attention. You can just we can just comb out all the ideas and stuff you have for your brand. So we decided, since we were in town and we haven't been here in a while, that we would do free brand discovery sessions on Friday and today. So that was an opportunity for, some of our clients we work with, strictly on graphic design, but they don't get to talk to us about their strategic, the strategic approach behind their brand. So we wanted to give those people an opportunity to speak with us about that as well. So that was what we offered this weekend.
I know, and I know y'all have people knocking the door down. Okay.
Yeah, they were calling, and I think the other thing to that is we're so hands-on, and a lot of times we see a lot of things when we're doing graphics, and we're like, that we want to give advice on, but that's not what we're being paid for. So a lot of times we just, be quiet. I understand that. Sometimes we do give our input, but this was an opportunity for them to do that, or for us to maybe pour into them as well, to say, hey, you may want to rethink this or that, or you may want to now present yourself in this or that way. And one of the reasons why we thought, even in Atlanta was such a great idea is because Atlanta is still awesome for entrepreneurs. It's very, very supportive, and it's a great foundation for us. So we opened our headquarters just recently, what was the last month, in Atlanta, and we were so excited. And the reason why we chose the community, it's called WeWork, and it's a collaboration. WeWork. They have now, even in DC, maybe about 8 or 9.
Okay.
And so the good thing about joining an organization like that is their full mission is all about entrepreneurship, businesses, and startups. I mean, their mantras are do what you love, love the hustle, you know what I mean, never settle. All the things that are near and dear to me. And so they spoke exactly to what our brand is. It really is about entrepreneurship, doing what you love, getting up every day and loving it and serving others, right? And so that's why we joined it. But the excellent thing about that community is they are global. And so they have locations all around the country. And so whenever we're in town or wherever a city near you, if there is a WeWork there, we can go in and set up shop right there. We can book any kind of car, so we can still have a professional place because we still want to show up in excellence to meet and greet our clients and to brainstorm and to be able to serve them. And so that's why we went with having our office and headquarters based in a community such as that, because we are amongst so many other people that I got approached last week. It's funny, and that's the networking is amazing. And I got approached last week about Jasmine and I doing the same thing we're doing here, a radio show. And it's the public business channel or something like that, PBC in Atlanta. And so being amongst all these other minds and being able to pick people's brains and get ideas from everybody, it's so exciting. And it also helps you not only further your brand, but to also gain knowledge in areas that you didn't know otherwise. So that's really been, we have our branding and business brunch is coming up again in Atlanta, August 20th. That's right, August 20th. And so we encourage everyone who, even if you have a business idea, you don't even have to have a business, bring us your idea. I promise you we can make you turn that in to a business so that you can too do what you love. And so that's why we have these brunches, and it's our tour from there. I think we're going to Raleigh after Atlanta in September or October. We're still ironing out the schedule, but that's our goal. To go around and all these women who have these ideas, because they always say, I always wanted to, and I had this idea, and how do you guys do it? Even when Jasmine was younger, people used to say, how did you get her in this, and how did you get her in that, and how did you get her in this platform? And I used to tell them, I'm not doing anything that you can't do too. But you just got to do what? You have to take action. And so many of us aren't willing to do that. But I promise, if you show up, I help you blow up.
Oh, girl, that's a tagline, right? Okay, get that on the t-shirt. Girl, if you show up, I promise I'm going to help you blow up. Y'all better put that on the t-shirt. Trademark.
Right, that's right.
Trademark, okay. That's awesome, and I just thought about it because I have some wonderful sisters in Atlanta that I want to connect with you all for the branding brunch in August, because I think they could certainly benefit from what you all provide. So listen, I'm telling you, I it's so much that we can go into, because just listening to you and seeing her, I just see how she turned out the way she did. Because whenever you handle your business, and this is what one of my messages to women and moms, whether you're a single mom or you're married, you have to handle your business.
No excuses,
and that's an energy that you flow with. And that's why you handle your business, because mama handles her business. And that's an energy you flow with. And people, they respond to that energy. We're energy wrapped up in this flesh. And so when you put that kind of energy out, those are the people that you attract. Those are the people that you attract. And so that is so powerful. So I hope that as you all are going on this tour, you are adding a little bit of that in there about, some lessons from motherhood and some lessons, how to work with mama, even through the hard times when you think mama's your enemy.
It ain't all great.
Right.
Oh, I know. You won't even tell that lie.
I know. But when you get over that, and that's the thing that people need to understand, because moms and daughters, when you get to this place where you are friends, and there is a line, we know that, because my mom used to always say, I'm not your friend. I understand, mama, I'm not just going to deal with you like that, but that's the way I feel about you. She's like, okay. And only after a certain period of time that she felt like I wouldn't cross the line, she would say, okay, now, we are friends, but just make sure you keep that line right there, right? But when you come to that point and you have survived the crazy time, that speaks volumes of the level of, impact that you've had on your children, your child, whatever. And we're saying that you can do the same thing.
Yes.
And so
Absolutely.
I want you to hook up with them. So, Sweetie Pie, tell them how they connect with you all. Let's put all of your social media handles and your website. Let's tell them that.
Okay, so our stuff is pretty easy. Everything is P2P branded. So our website is www.p branded with an ED on the end.com. And all of our social media handles are at P2P branded.
She's so educated. ED on the end. Okay,
Yes, because
branded.
people will mess it up.
Oh, I know.
So
We see that all across social media.
ED on the end. There you go.
Branded
Yes.
ED. Okay. Basic English. Branded. P2Pbranded.com.
Yes.
And at P2P Branded across the social media handles. Listen, if you want some of your stuff done in excellence, these are the people to connect with. And I love the way that they handle their clients. Everybody feels special. Everybody feels like they're important because they are. So your project is no less than the next person's project, even though that person may be doing some great things all around the world. But guess what? You do too.
Absolutely.
And that's the way they treat all of their clients. I can attest to that fact. And I want you all, because every time we have a good interview, and when I look at the clock, I'm like, I cannot believe the time has gone by so quickly. But that's how it goes on the Nicole Mason Show, because we start having fun. We start giving you information in the fun, really providing some motivation to you. Because we want you to know that you can do it too.
Yeah,
and that's the whole purpose
absolutely.
of the platform. You can
Yes.
do it too. So talk about some of the goals that you all have over the next few years.
Well, right now, our biggest thing is because Jasmine turned out to be so freakingly great in her graphic design.
And she is.
People tend to brand us as graphic designers only. And that really wasn't our purpose. Our purpose was to help people strategically figure out what their gifts are, turn those gifts in or their passions into a business, and then how to go out and then present that. So what we're doing right now is we are getting ready to launch our the power principles of branding and business. And what that is strategically about the power of the P. And for us, it's a couple of P's that we want to tell people. First, you got to have the passion and the purpose. And once you have those two things in line, we want to show you how to first prepare, to go on to position yourself in your business, then to go out and present it to the world, which will then reap you profits. And that thus leads to prosperity, because actually P2P stands for empowered to prosper. And that's why we're here. And so right now we're getting ready to launch this so people can then work with us and buy into our program, and so that they too can learn the power principles of branding and business. And that will set the foundation for them and give them everything that they need to get started and to go out and present their brand. And that way, not only will they now be in business, but hopefully they'll stay in business.
That's good. And I'm throwing my P in there, prayer.
Amen.
I throw my P in there, prayer.
Yes, and you
Okay?
need that one too.
All right, that's my P for prayer. And they know I keep them covered in prayer. So that's
Yes,
my
ma'am.
P to the P to the P.
Thank
to
you.
the P.
Yes,
Brandon,
thank you.
right?
Thank you.
The big P.
Right. So,
P, yes.
Jasmine, talk about your role that you're going to be playing as you go forward, because I know you have some amazing clients.
I know.
And the list is growing and will continue to grow. But as you all bring this together, and you're adding some coaching to it, and really helping people to accomplish what they have set out, what's your role, and what do you see yourself doing in the next few years? Because we have to always keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Because the
Forward,
millennials,
that's right.
they switch up. Okay, couple of years, you might be like, I think I'm gonna do something else. Okay, so what do you see for yourself?
For me, I kind of just want to build on the foundation that we've already created and expand. I do, like Ashley said, want to kind of transition out of doing just graphic design, because I absolutely love it, but I have other things that I want to explore as well. So what I really want to do in the next few years is to build a strong team of people, because I really want to turn our company. We do full service brand management, but we don't have it sectored out into different departments. So I want to have, a graphics design department. I want to have a department that does videography. We do web design as well, so I want to have a department that handles that. And for me, I
We
kind
talking about
of
scaling now, right? Scaling.
for me, I have transitioned into doing personal styling as well. So I kind of really want to build that part.
I wish
of it
y'all
up
could see
too.
these shoes that she has on. That's why she's sitting down. Okay, because this mama of hers, not the real mama, but this mama of hers gave her a pass so that she didn't have to stand up like me and mama doing. Okay.
I'm a pro at this, so I can stand.
But honey, let me tell you.
I wear comfortable shoes so I can stand
No,
for hours.
that shoe is not. No. That shoe is about 5 inches. First of all, it is so sassy. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of it and put it online so you can see it. The thing is so sad, and it's my favorite color, red. Okay, she is wearing this shoe. So yeah, the personal branding. So talk a little bit about that because you're already doing a lot of this stuff.
So
already.
I have a foundation in fashion, so I've always kind of done that. So with the branding piece, a lot of my clients have asked me to do styling.
Right.
So I kind of just I don't like to do anything if I don't know the ins and outs, the business side of it. I'd like to get all my education in. So I've recently been studying the industry of styling. So I kind of think I'm on the right path now. So I want to get into doing personal styling as well. I mean, because a lot of our clients are speakers, authors, coaches. So they're constantly presenting themselves in front of audiences, doing photo shoots, all of those things. So that's just an added piece that we can use.
But you know what?
Also from the image consultant, I wanted to put that in there.
Exactly.
Because a lot of these days, personal styling. Stylists are trendy. But for us, it's more about the image consultant.
Yes.
And as a whole. And so it's nice to have a business, but now if you don't go out and present your business in a way to make people want to do business with you, you're still out of business. Right. So you can have a great product, that's cute. But when you go out and present yourself, if you're not presenting yourself, and I'm talking about holistically and your personal appearance and your personality, here go those other P's again. If you're not putting yourself in a position to prosper, you won't. And so we want to get that thing. It's like we're all sister girls, we're home. That's nice, but you can't go kick your shoes off because you're not paying the bill. You can't walk around, you know what I mean?
I can't with her. I
want you to understand what your image also too, because it affects your business. You are your brand, and your brand is your business. And so for us, that personal styling is not the trendy personal styling. We want holistically the whole image consultant and what that means involved in that as well.
Yeah, for me, it's more of a creative approach to presenting yourself as your brand. So, I have a lot of clients who have fun, bubbly colors. It's like, oh, I want pinks and yellows and greens. And then when you show up, especially as a speaker, when you show up to speak and you have on dark black clothes and you look frumpy and all. So it's
wait a minute, I'm not messing with y'all.
It's totally different.
Did you hear her say somebody showing up looking frumpy? I'm not messing with y'all. I'm not.
It's just you're just presenting yourself totally different from what you present online.
Right,
and people buy into what they see. People are visual. So if I go to your website and I see this fun, bubbly person on the website, I'm buying into her. So when I hire you as a speaker and you show up and your image is totally different from that, whether you have great things to say or not it really doesn't matter at that point, because people are focusing on what they see and less about what they're hearing you say.
That's awesome. And the thing that that the Lord dropped into my spirit, just listening to you all, just how the business is continuously, organically growing on top of everything, this goes naturally. I mean, that goes naturally. The branding goes naturally with the website, and the website creation goes naturally with this, and then the image consult. It all fits naturally and organically, and you can see that you all are representative of what you do, and I think that too is powerful. And you started out talking about being passionate about your business, because if you're not passionate about it, I am not hiring you. I'll tell you that right here. Okay. I am not hiring you. If I don't feel the passion about what you do and what you're bringing to the table, why should I hire you? And that's where I think a lot of people miss it. They don't have the passion, they don't have the zeal as it relates to what they're doing. And so, when you kind of say, no, thank you, they're trying to figure out why. No, because I need to really feel that you believe in this product that you're putting out.
That's just trying to sell to me.
I need to see that. And so when you start talking about the coaching, the Power P principles, I think that is powerful, because not only are you doing it, but you're showing people this is why we do what we do, and this is how we can help your business to be successful in all of these different things. I love the web design we have, and I have to say, Andrea's website was
that's one of our favorites.
Hey, Andrea, that's my girl.
Yes, I love her.
Her website is so nice, and I think you all updated Cheryl's. Did you update Cheryl?
No, I did Regina Robinson.
we did
Regina, okay, right. I knew it was somebody in our crew. Hey, y'all. And so, yeah, Regina's. But Andrea's was so beautiful. I mean, I absolutely loved it.
Too.
Yes, the logo, everything. And I reached out to her when she put it out. I said, girl, this thing is so nice. It's so beautiful. And just the detail that you all take with your clients before you put it out there. Okay, I can't believe every time my engineer starts putting his fingers up, I just get mad. I can't believe the time is gone so quickly. But this is what happens when you're having fun and sharing information. It's passion. Passion in what we're doing, passion in this platform. And I bring those guests here that are passionate. So as we wrap up, I just want you to take a few minutes, just give a parting word, invite people to the August 20th event and any other thing, and then you give your parting word to your generation. Okay? All right.
So everyone listening out there, listen, no matter who you are, if you have a dream, a spirited thing, and listen, it doesn't even have to be a business that you want to own. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Right. I understand that. However, whatever it is that you're passionate about, if it's that next promotion, all I want you to do is actually take yourself a personal brand challenge and find out why you're not getting the job that you want to get. Look inside of yourself and say, you know what, maybe I need to do a self-check. Ask some of your friends and family, do they see what you see? And if they don't, maybe you just need to check that for a second, because no matter what, you are your brand. So that may be why you can't get that next promotion. But you also can do it if you just think about what your purpose is. And I think a lot of times we want things, but we don't even know why we're doing it. And I think if you think of go at it from a place of service. And I think always in your mind, I always tell people, operate in a place of customer service. So I would love to help you, absolutely, my company, but I just want you to take action. And that's my platform is Miss Tyra D, and it's the T, and it's TEA, simply for transforming to excellence through action. Just take the action. All you do is take one step, because I promise if you take one, God will take five. But you have to take the first step towards realizing your dreams, and I promise you they too will come true.
That's good. Okay, come on, baby.
I think for me, the message that I probably would send is to not be afraid to stand alone. As an only child, I kind of get used to being alone. But also, growing up, I had a lot of friends. But I was always the person who had a different vision. And I think a lot of young people probably feel the same way, but they won't, for whatever reason, stand out and stand alone in, chasing their dreams or whatever it is that they aspire to do. So for me, I've, always been comfortable standing alone in things. And I think that has gotten me very far, because I've had time to sit with myself and really explore what it is that I want to do. And do it well and do it confidently, and not be bogged down by having someone standing next to you or needing to lean on someone else to get the job done.
Girl, we're gonna write a book, the only child book. Yes. Okay, how you show up with confidence and power and boldness. And and stand alone. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna write the only child book. Okay. All right. So listen, y'all. I want to say thank you. Thank you for having us. Yes, this has been great. All right, so thank you all for joining us on the Nicole Mason Show. We'll see you next time. Same place, same time. But we're going to have some more powerful women that we showcase.
That P again.
Bye.
So let me just take a breather. Y'all know me. I'm high energy, right? By this point, I was working on my master's of law. Finished law school, passed the bar, then did my master's of law. But the thing that really crystallized for me being a mom and able to be successful is you have to have the support, right?
I remember God saying to me, listen, if you didn't die at the point of impact, you're going to be okay. You know the point of impact. When you get the knock on the door, you know the point of impact. When you pick up the phone and you get that news, if you didn't die on the point of impact, you're going to be all right. That's a good place to clap your hands right there.
greater inside of you. There's something more powerful inside of you. Honey, y'all better take a breath. I'm telling you.
It wasn't mine.
You gonna get some deliverance here today.